Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jefferies, the present-day wise woman, a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This podcast is for those of you who are wanting to really rock your life and health and live from a place of prevention. Let's get into today's episode. What happens when the kids come home from school one day and they just walk out of their clothes and walk off to go and do whatever they're going to do this afternoon, and you lose it? Have you ever done it? Have you just had this one last thing, whatever it is, that's just gone, I can't do it anymore? It's really common, guys, and I know I've done it in the past too, and I wanted to talk about it here today. So when we're in survival mode, we're standing ready for a fight, and at some point there's this little nothing that tips us over the edge. And it's like that, it's been sitting there. You haven't even noticed it. Maybe it's just the day-to-day little stresses, but we reach that point where our systems just go out. I can't do it anymore. And it flows over and off we go. Now, what I know for sure in that instant is it's not the thing. It's not the thing that the kids left their clothes on the floor one more time. It's not the someone put something away different in the cupboard to you. It's not the one last email. It's been a buildup of many things, and your expectations haven't been met. And eventually that one last thing tips you over the edge, and you just go, I'm done. Like, really, I just can't do this anymore. What I also know is from my work in clinic for so many years is that the normal reaction is to go, oh, Jen, you dumb shit. Like, seriously, you're frustrated and angry all the time. But when we do that, we feed it. We can't control anger with force. We just can't. Imagine, this is what it's a visual that kind of explains it to me. That makes sense to me. So imagine you've got an empty bottle or something like that, and you're wanting to sink it underwater. And what happens is when you push it down, a bowl or a bottle or something, you push it down and it keeps popping up, and you push it down harder and it keeps popping up, and you push it down and it pops up and down and pops up and down, pops up. And what's happening is that the more you shove it down with force, the more it blows up. And what we need to do is actually just to gently, and gently is the word, we need to let it fill up with water, and then it will naturally settle to the bottom. Forcing it does not work. And we're the same. When we've got angry emotions or cranky or tired or whatever they are, and we try to force them down and respond to ourselves in a negative, harsh way, our body just gets more of what it is. It negatively reinforces the behavior. But what we need to do, what the actual solution is, just to sit and take a breath. So imagine that's it. The kids they've come home from school, they've stepped out of their clothes and kept going that one last time. Instead of reacting like maybe you normally do, stop and just take a breath. Just stop and take a breath. And with gentleness and compassion, ask yourself what's really going on. What's it been? Is it just a build-up? It's just been, and 2020 has tested the best of us. It really has. I've met so many people where they've just fired off on stuff where they never usually would. And it's just been like all the layers and layers of things have finally gotten to them. What I've learned for myself to do is to, when I stop and I breathe, and just kind of be clear, think about what's really going on, what's happening behind it. I talk about how naturopaths are constantly looking at what's happening behind. It's not the fact that they dropped the clothes or, didn't put something away, but what's going on. I ask myself that. And one of the biggest things I've learned to do over the years is to just think, who can I download to? Who can I talk to? Who can I reach out to and ask for help? Because yelling at the kids doesn't help. It doesn't. Again, it feeds. You end up in this, and just narc at each other. And it doesn't work. Again, it's like trying to push that bottle down. It doesn't work. We've got to stop, breathe. So just going to check in with you in a minute. And everyone's got their own way of dealing with this stuff. I don't deal with kids on a day-to-day basis. So I'm not the queen of this. But I totally deal with life. And I know how it's shown up for me in the past. So it's kind of same, but different. I've used essential oils for, the last 30 years to really help support me. And there's one essential oil in particular, and that's ylang ylang. And essential oils have got physical uses and emotional uses. And I've talked about that in previous podcasts and about my work with the Aromatherapy Insight Cards, the book that I wrote. And I wanted to share with you the emotional benefits of ylang ylang essential oil and see if you think this could be something that could help with you, okay, in these kind of instances when you're really frustrated. So ylang ylang essential oil invokes feelings of peace and tranquility, reuniting us with our emotional, caring, nurturing, intuitive side. Balancing left and right brain. Ylang ylang is the warm, fuzzy, nurturing essential oil that softens us and relieves life's frustrations. And it's about getting us in touch with our feminine side. So I've talked in the past about how our masculine energy is that doing, logical, action, where our feminine is the stop and being, caring, nurturing side. And when we are in that reactive, cranky kind of mode, we need to not keep doing more of that. We need to settle it with that feminine side. We do. That's what helps. We've got to balance it back out. And what I've also learned is that in life, for us to get angry, again, naturopaths, we've got to step behind all the time. My brain just does that. So here you are angry. What's behind the anger? What's behind the anger is generally frustration. What's behind the frustration is generally that you had an expectation that wasn't met. Kids come home from school, drop their clothes, race out to play. Expectation, kids will come home, wonderful, hi, mum, love you, put their clothes away, do all that kind of stuff, then go out and play. Well, life is that they're probably not going to do that. And so your expectation is not met. You get frustrated. It comes out as anger. So if we're wanting to backtrack so that we can come back to a place of prevention, ylang ylang is an incredibly cool essential oil. Just when life has stolen the peace out of you, that's it. It's just everything's been knocking at you, and if you're finding you're just on that edge, waiting for the fight, you don't want that. So use essential oils in advance to help settle that frustration and get that your expectations are your expectations. Unless you have spelt it out to the nth degree, the kids don't get what your expectations are. They don't. And your partners don't, or anyone doesn't, because we're not psycho. We can't read your mind. So if things haven't been laid out to the nth degree and confirmed that they understand exactly what you expect, expectations get smashed every moment of every day. They just do. The difference is to be able to not get reactive with them. So I love ylang ylang essential oil, and I think it actually gets a bum deal all the time because people go, oh, ylang yalang's an aphrodisiac. No, it's not. It's a feminine, caring, nurturing oil. So that if you wanted it to be an aphrodisiac, well, it will be nurturing and get you more in that space for that. But it's not that. It's just, it helps you feel nurtured. And then you've got more chance of moving forward. I actually use it in 2 of my essential oil blends that I've designed, the Chill Out and the Sanity Saver blend. I'll throw a link in the show notes if you're an oil kind of person and you can check it out. The other thing you want to think from coming from a place of prevention is magnesium. Magnesium is the first mineral that you burn up when you stress out. And in episode 7, when I talk about managing adrenal stress, I list all your magnesium-rich foods. So go to the show notes to check out that link and the links for the other oils as well, if you choose. I have 3 healthy life hacks for you today. The first one is to check in. How are you really doing? Just do a bit of a check-in and what's going on. Have you been getting a bit, at everyone lately? Been doing the tight and crankies? What's been going on? Just stop, take a breath. You don't have to do like the long meditation or anything, but just stop and check in and see how you're really doing. The next one, think about coming from a place of prevention. If you have been a bit cranky and on edge lately, maybe it's that you need to eat more magnesium-rich foods. Go to the show notes, check out that. Maybe it's you want to bring, essential oils like ylang ylang in to be able to help you to come from a place of prevention. And when your expectations aren't met, not go and fire off like you have in the past. Don't let other things steal your peace. Keep that in place first. And then the last one is, healthy life hack is to give yourself a break. Give yourself a break, guys. Remember that I said getting frustrated with yourself feeds the frustration. It feeds the anger. It feeds that vibe. Give yourself a break. Get that you're doing your best. Okay? You're doing your best. Just seriously, just give yourself a break. It's been big lately. If you want to check out the show notes, head over to www.healthylifehacks.com.au so that you can check out those links. And in the next episode, I'm going to be talking about doona days work. Go on, say that fast. Doona days work. Doona days work. So some of you think a doona, we say in Australia doona, some people say duvet or comforter. But yeah, doona days work. So make sure you subscribe so you get to see that episode. I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed my podcast, please let me know by leaving a review on Apple Podcast. Every month, I draw one lucky person who leaves a review on Apple Podcasts to have a free 1-hour consultation with me. Be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you're tuning in from so that you always catch the next episode. And if you would like to receive a free copy of my Feed Your Body ebook, simply click the link in the comments below. Join my newsletter and we will get that free ebook sent to you. I welcome your emails and you can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, remember, when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.